Okay, this is People of the State of Michigan versus Tyler Minix, docket number 19-231FH. Mr. Minix, you're here today because a bench warrant was issued. It was issued based on allegations that you're in violation of probation. It's alleged that on or about March 10th of this year, you failed to contact probation following your release from the jail. Do you understand the allegation against you?
Yes, Your Honor.
If it's proven true, it could subject you to a maximum penalty of up to 1 year in jail on your one prior conviction, up to 15 years in prison on the other. You have the right to be represented by an attorney. You are represented by Mr. Austin. You also have the right to a contested hearing where you could appear by yourself or through your attorney. You could hear the evidence presented against you. You could cross-examine witnesses, and you could present your own evidence. And Mr. Austin, can you tell me how we're proceeding on this?
Your Honor, it's my understanding after speaking with Mr. Minix that he will be admitting to the violation.
Okay, is that right, Mr. Minix?
Your Honor.
Would you raise your right hand, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Minix, as I told you, you have the right to a contested hearing. If you plead guilty, you won't have a contested hearing, and you'll be giving up the rights that go along with it. That includes the right to have the allegation proven, the right to have the witnesses against you appear at the hearing and to be able to cross-examine them, the right to have this court order any witnesses that you might have to appear at the hearing, and also the right to testify yourself at the hearing if you wanted to. Do you understand those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has anyone made any promises to get you to plead guilty?
No, Your Honor.
Anyone used any threats or other kinds of pressure?
No, Your Honor.
Are you pleading guilty because you believe you are in violation of probation?
Yes.
And tell me what you did that would make you in violation.
I failed to contact Kyle Forrest, my probation officer, at the time of release.
All right. The court finds the plea is understandingly, voluntarily, and knowingly made. It is supported by the testimony. The plea of guilty is accepted. Mr. Minix is found guilty of probation violation. Agent Forrest, is there a recommendation?
Yes, Your Honor. This violation occurred pretty much immediately following the previous court hearing in which the defendant failed to report. I spoke with Mr. Minix's mother last week, and she was very concerned about him and states that she has spoke with him and that he is requesting residential treatment. I did have some concerns about that given all of his ongoing criminal cases. However, I did speak with a caseworker at the House of Commons, and they advised that they're willing to accept him if his Oakland County case will have hearings remote. I called Oakland County this morning, and the person I spoke with there stated that the prelim could be conducted remotely via Zoom. House of Commons has agreed that they would allow that, and any of his Ingham County cases, they would either transport him in person or again allow that over Zoom. House of Commons, as of this morning, did have 4 open beds. So it'd be my recommendation that Mr. Minix be held in custody pending placement in the House of Commons for residential treatment. He does currently have 9 days of credit. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Austin?
Yes, Your Honor. I find the recommendation to be appropriate, and I'd ask the court to adopt it. I spoke with Mr. Minix about that, and he seemed real receptive to that and on board with that. He knows that he has an ongoing problem that needs to be addressed, and I think he's taken the first steps in admitting that that he has a problem and is willing to address that problem. I would ask the court to adopt the recommendation. Thank you.
All right, and then Mr. Minix, did you want to say anything?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, well, I think it was probably clear a little while ago, but if it wasn't, it's abundantly clear now that this is inpatient is exactly what you need. So I'm glad that the House of Commons and the Oakland County cases are going to work out all right, because normally that would prevent you from going to inpatient treatment. Thank Agent Forrest for his diligence in making sure that could happen. So I will sentence you or continue you on probation, and you're sentenced to 9 days in jail with credit for 9 days served. The bench warrant is dismissed. You are to remain in custody though to be transferred over to the House of Commons. And as an additional condition of probation, you must complete the House of Commons program and any aftercare that goes along with it. And then all other terms and conditions of probation will continue to apply. Mr. Minix, you have the right to file an application for leave to appeal your conviction and your sentence in this matter. You're entitled to an attorney at public expense to assist you in doing that. If you're making a request for one, you have to make it within 42 days of today's date. There is a form that explains more about that and that you use to start that appeal, and we will send it to you. You should just know, though, that the time starts running from today. So do you have any questions, Mr. Minix?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, then you're all set. Good luck at the House of Commons, and you can tell them at the jail that your hearing is all done for today.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Judge.
Your Honor.
And I guess you're all done, Libby.
They think that Reed will be a plea.
I don't even know. We've been trying to contact the Leavenworth facility, the prison, for a week now. And I'm going to log into my WebEx right now because we've never heard back from them. And we do not know if they're even going to call in.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I am going to work on the rest of this docket then and hopefully get that over to you soon for our trial.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Judge. And sorry about that. Sorry, Lewis plea was all messy, but I'm sorry about that. That was, sometimes I think there's agreements they think are made that I didn't have any